Hi guys, it's Sebastian and Dahlia, back with another video for you today. Today we're doing a top 20 incense fragrances video for you, and we're going to count them down, all coming right up. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. If this is your first time on this channel and or you've been watching videos for a while and still haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button below and also click the bell icon so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. And Dahlia, thanks so much for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
For sure. So tell me a little bit about incense and why you love incense.
There's no reason. I have nothing. I cannot point to a religious influence. I can't point to, I just think it's delicious. It is the most wonderful winter smell. It's unisex, it's comforting. What about you? Why do you love it?
For me, it was all religious.
Opposites again.
Yeah. I grew up Christian Orthodox, and going to the church, the incense was big.
Oh, I love that though.
The incense was really big. It's the frankincense that was lit up where the priest used to walk, and then they kind of shake it.
Oh my God,
and I love it. Just fragrances up the whole room, but we also burned it in the house.
Oh, you were saying, what a nice tradition.
Yeah, you can buy the little frankincense crystals and just...
Like the resin from the tree.
Yeah. If you go to a Middle Eastern store, they'll sell them there. So you can just buy them. They look like little rock candy.
Then you rub them between your fingers and they...
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Love it.
So it's left an impression, just the whole church experience. And so...
And as the weather's getting colder, it's so nice to have something smoky and resinous on your skin and sort of in your clothing and in your house. So it's that time of year.
It is that time of year. It just feels warm and gooey.
Warm and gooey.
So shall we start?
Oh, do let's.
Okay.
Number 20 is
MAKALU.
by ALCHIMISTA.
ALCHIMISTA, yes.
Tell me about this incense.
So this incense is very green and somewhat medicinal. It's very strong, lots of smokiness of course, but it's not your typical churchy incense.
Yes.
It doesn't have that churchy incense vibe that some of the other fragrances here have. But this is an up-and-coming new niche brand from Italy, ALCHIMISTA. Basically, I think stands for alchemist.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. And MAKALU, I don't know what MAKALU stands for, but I've met the brand in Italy, and they were in Pitti, and so we decided to speak about their brand and of course pick up some bottles. And MAKALU, again, is not your typical churchy incense. It's just a really potent, smoky fragrance.
It almost has like a tobacco feel as well. Like a little bit of a, that's what I get.
It's lots of tobacco, but there's this soft, like there's like something floral or like sweet in there, but not necessarily like candy or, you know, just sweetened up by like some kind of a flower.
It's a herbaceous incense.
Herbs, yeah, definitely. And I think there's some pine in there as well. And so the bottle's really gorgeous too.
Number 20.
So 19 is James Heeley's Cardinal. I think this is one of the most popular incense fragrances out there.
I was just going to say, this makes a lot of lists.
But this one to us, it feels a little on the lighter side.
It's a lighter, fresher, but still a little, what's the word, liturgical?
It's definitely churchy. It's definitely churchy. But if you think incense can be overwhelming, this is the one I think you should try.
That's a good way to look at it.
But there's actually a better one at the top of the... Well, I wouldn't say that it's
Spoilers.
Better. It's not necessarily better. It's just, I think... I mean, this is really good. Don't get me wrong. But
it's light.
It's definitely on the light side.
And okay, so the disclaimer being that when I'm wearing incense or looking at incense, I want like almost a blanket that I'm wrapping myself in, an olfactory blanket. And this is very light. I think you could probably wear that one year round. Definitely incense, but not gonna envelop me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good brand actually. These are sold at Barney's USA across the country, but I'm sure they're available at Lucky Scent and other niche shops. This is a brand I'm not too familiar with too much, but I want to explore some of their other offerings. But anyway, Cardinal, a great incense if you want to check it out.
Number 19. And then moving to number 18, we have by MEMOIR Liquide.
MEMOIR Liquide.
It's called Encens, or in French for incense. Liquide.
Okay.
What's interesting about this one is it has, I think you called it benzoin. I was thinking it was a vanilla or tonka element to it.
It's very benzoin-y to me, but it could be the vanilla.
And then it dries down to this lovely warm incense.
It's actually gorgeous.
It's really nice.
But I'm not sure about the incense. I haven't really worn this one, so I can't really like speak about the incensey part, but you say it really dies down to an incense.
Yeah, I'm more of a skin scent. That's kind of maybe why it's a little lower in the list. Again, my goal is to broadcast incense, I think. But it's a nice little discovery.
And how much does a bottle go for?
It depends where you're shopping.
Okay.
There are deals available.
Okay. And we didn't mention pricing on the MAKALU. The MAKALU retails for about $150. This one here is about $200, I think. I can't
There's going to
remember.
be a range of prices.
Yeah.
Number 17, Serge Lutens. I'm going to let you say the name.
That one's such a hard thing.
Well, that's why.
Okay, so FILLE on Agi is how I say it.
Very
It
nice.
stands for girl with pins or pin needles or anyway, that's what it I think to me it stands for pine needles because there's a strong pine needle smell in it. But
oh my gosh, it's delicious.
But it is such a great fragrance, such a great fragrance. It's Serge Lutens. Well, it's one of my favorite Serge Lutens. I think I put it at number 1 with my top 10 Serge Lutens fragrances. It's not only pine, it's lots of incense and dried fruits. So the combo of the 3 notes is just heavenly, magic.
Really nice on skin.
And it's almost like a Christmas fragrance. Like it's one of the best Christmas fragrances because of that pine, the incense together. But you know, as I said, sweetened up with the dried fruits.
Delicious. It could be a holiday scent. It could be year round, but I feel like this is more of a cold weather.
Definitely cold weather. I always associate it with Christmas. Just like I associate tobacco vanilla with Thanksgiving, this one I associate with Christmas. The only problem is, this just happened. Serge Lutens has discontinued this from these bottles, unfortunately. Now it is only available in the bell jar bottles, which are more expensive and harder to get in the States. But still, Barney's does sell them. I think Barney's New York does sell the bell jars. But there's still deals to be found online. Snatch up a bottle if you still haven't. I just bought one at Fragrance Net. Well, no, I didn't. I bought one at Barney's full price, but you found it on Fragrance Net for $89, I think.
It was kind of a steal.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, there are deals available if you need a backup because it's not going to be in that format anymore. I think number 16 is by Miller Harris. It's called La Fumee.
La Fumee. Fumee means smoke, right?
It is, but it's not smoky like campfire. It's incense.
Okay. This one I don't know much about. And actually I have no experience with Miller Harris except for the fact that I smelled some of their.
It's a lighter kind of incense.
I like that.
Almost floral, but not.
These bottles are gorgeous also.
So pretty. It's a if anybody had associations with incense being masculine, this would change their mind.
Really?
I would think so.
I actually really like that. It's gorgeous.
It's really pretty.
Wow. And how much are bottles?
I think I got it for $40.
Wow. eBay?
Probably.
Wow. Yeah, that's great. So that's number 16.
And then so number 15
is AGARBATHI, recently featured on my top 15 PENHALIGO'Ns video.
This is one of my favorite PENHALIGO'Ns.
Really?
It really is. It's
Oh,
I
wait,
really like
we need to
incense.
hold it this way because this was turned around.
Oh no.
That's okay. So here is the bottle.
Number 15 is,
Like that.
and how do you say the name of this?
AGARBATHI.
Agarbathi.
So it's an Indian word for incense, I think.
Isn't that great that it's universal? Not universal, but so many cultures have discovered the loveliness of tree resins.
It's gorgeous. Now there's something fresh about this one. It's not like your heavy incense.
Yeah,
Yeah?
I would agree with that.
Yeah. It's so good. This one's really good. And I don't know. PENHALIGO'NS is such a great brand. I absolutely love the brand. I mean, as you saw that video I did, this was in my top 10 and definitely deserves it. But here on this list,
And it looks great on your dresser.
oh, it does. It's a beautiful bottle. But here on this list, since we're doing all incenses, it's lower, obviously. But as far as PENHALIGO'NS fragrances go, it's definitely top 10.
And it's still that disclaimer. I think both you and I kind of like beast mode,
Oh, yeah.
like heavy hitters. So it's probably just because it's lighter and fresher. But if that's your jam, give it a go.
Yeah, I think you should definitely give it a go. All right, number
14.
14.
Number 14 is AMOUAGE.
AMOUAGE Interlude Man.
So tell me a little bit about this. I don't have a lot of experience with AMOUAGE.
So this is a later discovery for me, and AMOUAGE is a brand that was, it's a Middle Eastern brand, but now I don't know if it necessarily is Middle Eastern anymore. They have many incense fragrances because, you know, it's a Middle Eastern style brand, so Middle Easterners like incense a lot. But this one's focusing on incense with oregano. So there's a green herbal note.
Oh my God, there is. I don't get oregano at all, but
You get green?
very green, sort of almost herbaceous, yeah, but
It's the oregano.
I wouldn't have put my finger on that.
It is oregano, yeah. It's unique. It's smoky. Not necessarily a churchy incense though.
But incense.
Yeah, definitely incense. So now I haven't compared the woman's edition of Interlude. So I don't know if the woman's edition is also incense, but I'm assuming every time they launch a fragrance, they're focusing on a specific thing. So here in this version, it's definitely incense with oregano. I'm sure the people that are watching here know this one. I mean, people call this to be a beast mode fragrance, but I think since the reformulation, it's kind of gotten toned down. It doesn't feel like it's a beast mode, but still it's pretty potent fragrance. So Interlude Man is number 14. And number 13 is a very, very unique take on incense. It's called Ecstasy by Tiziana Terenzi. We both fell in love with this one.
We were squealing.
Oh my God,
Barney's.
it's so good. It's like a, well, see, it's almost like this one too, because this one has pine, but it doesn't have the sweetness of the dried fruits that this one does. This is incense. Ecstasy is incense with pine resins or pine tree,
but not as saturated as the Serge Luton. It is lighter. It is not as Christmassy to me.
No. There's also a rose note that pops through also.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So that whole incense and pine and rose.
But not as floral as you would think.
No.
The Miller Harris one is way more floral on the incense front.
Wow, the rose is pretty prominent smelling out of the cap.
Yeah, no, on my hand too.
On me, the rose is it's not that prominent. It's more about the incense and the pine, but anyway.
Love it.
So if you want a unique take on incense, not churchy, because this is not a churchy incense. So this is one to try. Ecstasy by Tiziana Terenzi. And these are all Extrait de Parfums. This retails for around $165. Okay, next up we're going with one fragrance that's probably known for incense. It's from a designer. This is the only designer we have in this collection. But this is Comme des Garçons' Incense Series number 3, and this is ZAGORSK.
Gorgeous.
So,
gorgeous.
It's the Russian Orthodox church incense.
I love this so much.
And so, since I grew up Armenian Orthodox, it kind of does remind me of my church, but actually the other in this collection reminds me more of my church.
Spoilers!
Yeah, the other reminds me more of my church.
There are several incenses in this collection. We could probably just talk about Comme des Garçons incense for a very long time. We did want to showcase some other brands. These are just two.
Yeah.
They do a great job with incense. I love them. And this one in particular is the most wearable for me. There are others in the collection that, for whatever reason, deconstruct on my skin, which bums me out because they smell so delicious.
Really?
Yeah, hint, there's another one in this list that I love but can't wear. This one I can actually wear. It's, again, slightly fresher, but I don't know what exactly is making it fresh.
You know what this reminds me of?
No.
It reminds me of a kid, being a kid in school and sharpening my pencils.
Yeah. Oh, it does have that. It does have that pencil shavings kind of smell to it. That's a really good call.
That's what it reminds me
but
of.
But it's very fresh and wearable, and if you like pencil shaving smell, that's not.
I'm sure some of you like pencil shaving smell.
Like huffing the pencil sharpener.
All right, at number 11 is one of my favorite incense fragrances, but it ended up in the top 10 to 20.
There was a steep competition.
It is.
It's not this one's fault.
I absolutely love this one. This is, I don't have the actual bottle. I have it in their little mini atomizer bottle collection. It's in here. This is Incense Oud by Kilian. And oh my God, this smells so luxurious. But it doesn't smell like a churchy incense. It's all incense, but something very green in here. Very green.
So there's 3 categories thus far. Slightly floral. Oh yeah. Slightly green or herbaceous, and then churchy.
Oh my God, this is so good. In fact, I think I want to wear this.
Today. It's a really nice incense.
It is expensive. It's probably $400 approximately for the 50 ml bottle. It's steep, but this
pricey brand.
This comes in a atomizer like this, and it comes with like 4 of these little 10 mils or 7.5 mil bottles for around $200 and something.
So easy to carry around with
It
you.
is, but it's a little heavy. So if you don't want the weight, you can just take the little bottle. But this little atomizer is gorgeous and it's magnetic too. So
Make your world smell nice.
it does.
Top 10, guys.
Top 10.
All right.
Okay.
Number 10.
ANNICK GOUTAL's ENCENS Flamboyant.
This was a complete surprise. I don't know this brand really well, but this is there's so much depth to this incense. How did you come across this?
So I'm a big fan of ANNICK GOUTAL. It's one of my very first niche brand discoveries, dating back to the late 70s, late 90s.
Getting old.
Yeah, the brand was launched in the early 80s or late 70s, but I discovered Eau d'Adrienne in the
So gorgeous.
late 90s, and this is from the collection called The Orientalists, which also includes Musc Nomade, Ambre Fétiche, and perhaps one other. But
I think I have to get that one.
it's so good.
It's really delicious.
It's really, really good, and suggested retails for around $200, but you can find deals online, as I just bought it from FragranceNet for around $65.
Oh my god.
100 ml bottle incense. It's not like an overwhelming incense, but really a good incense. I'm gonna spray
Elegant.
some.
It's very elegant.
Yeah. But if you don't know ANNICK GOUTAL, do check them out. Very, very underrated brand. Nobody talks about
That
them.
smells great. It's
Nobody
like
talks
spa incense. Maybe it's a new category.
Spa incense?
Spa incense?
Oh my god, that smells so good.
Yeah, real nice. This is a very elegant.
You are gonna get one?
I totally am gonna get one. I don't know why you would call this flamboyant. Actually, it's, I would say, understated and elegant.
It's a great release from them. I think this is one of their popular. ENCENS Flamboyant is one of their most popular releases.
It's really nice.
But my favorite is Eau d'Adrienne.
ANNICK GOUTAL. ANNICK, sorry.
ANNICK GOUTAL.
ANNICK GOUTAL.
Okay.
Which brings us to number 9. Perhaps we have discussed this brand, you and I.
Oh yes, we have.
It's Andy Towers Incense Flash. This is probably one of the more affordable options on this list, and I would put this in the churchier
Very churchy.
category.
With the Towerville DNA. This is an incense that smells like an old church to me, along with the incense. But I walk into old churches when I travel to Europe, and old churches have a smell.
Yes.
So you get the incense there.
Damp. It's a damp
Yeah,
incense.
it's damp and kind of almost mildewy, which...
But in a good way.
In a good way, because
And
this
it's
is so
delicious.
good. It's
so
so good.
good. I mean, it's number, what, 8?
Number 9.
9, sorry, number 9.
There's also a little bit of a boozy quality.
Yes, there is. I haven't worn it. Have you? Is it
Oh yeah. Well,
long wearing?
look at it. I mean, it does last. All of the Flash series fragrances from Towerville are long-lasting fragrances. I mean, they're extra potent. They're $63.
63.
I think if you're just starting out in the world of incense, Incense Flash is probably the one you start out with because it's so like perfect, like an entry-level incense. Churchy, long-lasting, everything.
This is number 8.
Number 8,
Back to Tiziana Terenzi.
LAUDANO NERO.
And so you know this brand a lot better than I do.
Yes, I have met Paolo Terenzi, the perfumer behind Tiziana Terenzi, and Tiziana Terenzi is the sister of Paolo. The name is after her. The brand is named after her, and Paolo Terenzi is a perfumer. A lot of people say it smells similar to Black Afgano. So, but it's incense, but there's also like actual smoke in here.
Yep.
There's smoke, almost like tobacco smoke, or some kind of a smoke. And then there's also like rum or whiskey, one of those boozy notes, and it actually like brightens up everything.
There is almost a fruity quality to this, like fruits and syrup.
I love this fragrance so much, but it also smells like sawdust. Like there's like a wood shavings or something woody in there. You get that?
It's a very complex, delicious fragrance where incense is a component, a strong like team player
It's
with
a
some
dominant,
other
yeah.
delicious elements. But funny that you should mention Black Afgano because number 7 is Black Afgano by Nasomoto. Nasomoto. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. You keep wanting it to make it Japanese.
I do every time.
It's Italian.
It's delicious.
Yeah, there's something good about this one. The coffee, the oud, the incense, the hashish, I think, or marijuana or something,
I think
cannabis.
that's kind of what it's known for. That's the scandalous.
It's really good.
I don't actually find these two that similar.
When you smell them side by side, they're not. When you smell them separately,
But they remind.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it does to me.
This is a big incense. This people will smell you from around the corner and down the street, which I love, and not so churchy, kind of more
No, definitely not the churchy
on the
kind.
greener kind of side.
But this has a huge following, a huge following.
Not Japanese.
Not Japanese, no, Italian.
I don't know.
An Italian perfumer based out of Amsterdam.
Which is nowhere near Japan.
No, it's not.
Okay. Moving on.
Moving on to
No.
État Libre d'Orange with
Yes.
number 6.
We're at number 6, and we have. How did we want to do this?
Let's do this one first. This is Rien Intense Incense. A totally beast mode fragrance.
Yeah. It is named very well.
So this is leather with incense. Slightly animalic.
Slightly.
Beast mode.
When you say slightly animalic, what would be an example of something that is
There's something-
fully animalic?
there's-
No, it's totally animalic. Like
You think it's totally animalic?
totally animalic. Animalic incense, guys.
What do you get from the animalic? Like, it doesn't smell skanky to me. Just like little bits of animalic things
Yeah, there's
coming through.
funk though.
Yeah, there's funk. Yeah, there's definitely funk.
I personally, I wouldn't be able to say something was animalic if it was just like slightly. I mean, it isn't like a touch of musk. It isn't. There's a very dark sort of.
Well, I think what's
It's the leather.
It's the leather that's making it.
There's some. This is really cool. I want to try this one out more. I haven't worn this myself, but it's very interesting. This whole brand is really interesting.
État Libre d'Orange is a very unique brand, and if you ever make it to Paris, go to their store because it's one of the highlights of any perfume person. It's their store is like a porn shop.
Oh. They have some also bizarre names for
They
fragrances.
do. They had very pornographic names.
There's something in cigarettes.
Secretions Magnifique.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Anyway, number 6 is Rien Intense Incense by État Libre d'Orange.
Top 5, guys.
Number 5.
Yeah.
Going back to the house of Comme des Garçons, since we have 2 from this house.
Avignon.
And this is Avignon from Comme des Garçons.
We love it too. I wish I could wear it. I just want to carry this around with me in my purse and spray things that don't smell so nice.
As I was saying, this is actually the Orthodox religion incense. This to me smells like my church, the one I went to as a kid. This is the Catholic. Avignon is a city in the south of France, and the Pope used to have a house there, or a castle, and it's named after the Catholic.
This is like getting hit by an incense Mack truck in a really good way. It's really potent.
Really?
What really?
There's
It's not.
There's a more important version coming up after this.
No, that's true. But it is top 5 because this is a.
But anyway, it's named after the city of Avignon, and the Catholic religion was based out of the city of Avignon at one point. That's where the Pope lived. So Avignon is number 6.
Delicious.
Number 4, it is Full Incense from Montal.
Oh, full as opposed to partial.
Now this, to me, is the beastlier version of Avignon. This right here.
I feel like this one's lighter.
Oh no, not at all.
But it's a very rounded sort of.
It's a bit dirty too.
It's delicious. It's dirty but fizzy, but incense, but.
If you don't know Full Incense from Montal, definitely check it out. Now we're going to the house of, nobody speaks about this house.
It's the secret house.
This is Orza El Legrand's Rêve de Océan. Oh man, this is so good.
So pretty. This is another incense that has a little tonka or benzoin or...
Yeah, there's something sweet about it.
Oh, this is almost narcotic. This is so... And it's very strong.
I bought this from a little shop in Paris called Marie Antoinette.
But you can also get it at several online retailers in the States.
Yeah, Lucky Scent carries
And
this.
there's a candle too. The candle is one of those ones where it's not like you have to be sitting right next to it. You can smell this 3 rooms over. It is very strong, very nice. I like incense candles too, because I do really just want to be surrounded by it all the time.
Anyway, the guy at Marie Antoinette said it reminded him of a Greek Orthodox church. Now, I don't know if that's...
I don't get church from this, but
It's totally churchy.
Do you church? This is...
It's like, it reminds me of a church.
If it's not gourmand, but if...
There is sweetness.
But if incense was ever edible, if there was a cake that was an incense cake, I would eat it, and it would be a
Be
lot
this?
like, oh my goodness.
Okay.
That's on my list.
Let's
also.
make an incense cake.
Sure.
All right.
Amazing.
So number 3 again is Orazael Legrand's Rêve d'Océan.
So excited to have this one on the list.
Oh, I love this
So
fragrance.
good. Number 2.
All right, this is one of your fragrances.
Je vois la liturgie des heures. So liturgie, we're going to go with like the English word, which is probably derived from a Romance language anyway, liturgical. I don't get a lot of churchiness from this one.
Oh my God, I do.
Do you?
Oh my God, it's one of my favorite fragrances.
It's really good.
And it's one of my favorite brands too.
It's a slightly sweeter incense, not a fresh and light, but a sweet,
Boozy also.
boozy.
Oh God, it's so good.
It's delicious.
I'm gonna need to get a bottle of it soon.
This is a silly thing, but it's a nice weight.
Yeah, the cap, you can hit somebody with that and cause some major pain. Actually, the bottle can cause some major pain.
It's true.
Is this the 50 ml bottle?
This is the big bottle.
This is 100.
Is it?
These guys know about this brand. I speak about it all the time.
It is 100 ml.
It's 100 ml. I've talked to them about Private Label, which I absolutely love. Psychedelic, which we made #1 in the Patchouli video. And then
Consistently
also...
top, high ranking.
Yeah, it's a great brand.
Yeah.
Incident Diplomatique is another one, which we should have included.
I visited this one for years. I already have the best incense in the world. I don't need another incense. I need
This
all
is one of the
incense.
best incenses.
Yeah, apparently I need all the incense. But this, #1,
#1,
this is the incense that will ruin you for all other incenses.
Casbah.
This is the one where you don't need any other incense.
Really?
This is the incense to end all incenses.
Really? Okay.
Smell it. It's amazing. It's so good.
It's good.
It's so good. So this is
Rock the Casbah.
Yeah, oh, we were gonna sing that. I forgot. So this is Robert Piget. I haven't seen a lot of. I mean, he's super. This brand is really. I think he's passed, but the brand is very well known for Fracas, which is the tuberose.
The one Madonna did her fragrance after. She modeled her fragrance, Truth or Dare, after Fracas.
Why would you even try to copy that? It's so good.
She just loved Fracas, I guess. But this is not
I love
Fracas.
this brand. I have Bandit. I wore Fracas for a very long time. But this is this is one that I wear when I'm home by myself, when I'm totally relaxed. Everybody loves it. When I wear it out, everyone's like up in my space. Like, what are you wearing? What are you wearing? What are you wearing? Like, completely unisex. In my opinion, some people might say it's a little more on the masculine side. But
oh my God, it's so good. I'm glad I have a bottle of it coming too.
Yeah.
It has a bit of a classic vibe to it too.
This is a safe blind buy if you like incense. This, there are deals to be had.
Yes.
It is kind of pricier in
department stores, but online you can find deals for about $70, $80.
Yeah, but it's
good. All right, #1, Casbah. Rock the Casbah.
But rock the Casbah. Don't start with this one because you'll never want to wear another incense again. So just come to this one later, but make sure it's on your list.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed all of the fragrances we featured in this top 20 incense fragrances video.
It's not just something that you burn on a stick or a cone.
No.
You too can smell like incense.
You can
and you should
smell like a church.
You can be like us.
If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Let us know what your favorite incense fragrances are so we can get a conversation started. And then also, please like this video, please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.